cutting back. There he goes. Fred's at the 40. Fred breaks a tackle. He's on the run at the 50. Fred's on the go. He's at the 30. Fred 20. Fred 10. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Wow. So back, he's got a hold. There he is, 30. Taylor outside, 40. There he goes to the 45, 50. It's a foot race, 40. Taylor 30. Taylor to the 20. He's to the 10. He's pulled down, but he gets into the end zone. Touchdown on the first play of the game. 77 yards. Fred Taylor erupts. High kickoff. Desmond Howard's got him at the 10. Has blockers, 15. Now there's a reverse play. He throws it across the field to Cedric Tillman. Jimmy Smith. Jimmy Smith down the sideline. Here he goes, 40. He's got room. He could go. 50, 40, 30. It's a foot race. They aren't going to catch him. 10-5. Touchdown, Jaguars. 85 yards on the double dip alley-oop reverse play from Desmond Howard to Jimmy Smith. Unreal. They trail by 6. Brunel takes the snap. Quick throw. Howard catch. 15, 10, 5. He'll score. He'll score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Touchdown, Desmond Howard.
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, and Dylan Denmark.
All right, everybody. Happy 904 day here in Duval. It gets me every time, Tony, the double dip alley-oop reverse play right there on that call from Brian Sexton. Yeah. You could hear the wheels grinding in his head as he made the call. He's like, what do I do to describe this play? It's the double dip alley-oop reverse play is what it is, and there you go.
And now it lives that way forever.
Absolutely, yeah. Brian. I'm not knocking the call. It's a great call. You know, you could just see it coming together in the moment, or you could hear it coming together in the moment there from Brian. It is 904 day, so we celebrate. You know, I will say I'm not the best with all the anniversaries, right? I'm really not. Yesterday was the 30th year anniversary of the first game.
Yes.
Right. Right over my head, Tone. I mean, right over my head until, hey, by the way, Jaguar account. Tweet that stuff out at 9 in the morning and not in the middle of the afternoon, and we could go, oh, damn, yeah, let's talk about that today. But, look, not your responsibility, but I'm bad with the anniversaries, but I'm happy to remember today was 904.
Yeah, I saw part of the Twitter universe getting excited a little bit. Yesterday, somebody brought up that Boys to Men.
Yes.
It's playing
2 days ahead of
2 days ahead of time. Now, I don't know what their schedule is, and I didn't bother
Somebody
to look up.
said they're in South Florida.
Right. I didn't bother to look up their concert schedule, but that would have been amazing if
right?
Boyz II Men was doing the anthem that day, that they're wearing the throwback uniforms. Like, everything would have come together, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen.
I don't know if that is actually the case, but somebody in that thread said, they're scheduled to do a concert in South Florida
it's not
on
that far
date.
Away.
It's right, like all we need like 2 minutes.
Is it that night or is it that afternoon or?
We need 2 minutes and maybe an hour getting you in, an hour getting you out, whatever the case may be.
I see it for College Game Day. They fly from wherever they're at to go do the game.
It's a 1 o'clock kick.
Yeah,
man. Right. Boys to Men's not starting at noon in South Florida, are they? Right?
I don't think
they're
so.
They're usually asleep at that point in time.
Who knows?
It would be pretty good, right? You could make that happen.
Yeah,
private jet on down. Shad will accommodate. Right?
That would be amazing.
That'd be
awesome. If they're wearing those throwback uniforms and Boys to Men is singing the anthem, that would be holy cow.
Today may be one of my favorite Jaguars Today, Chad and Sandy Real Estate questions of the day. And you really have to be on social media today to appreciate it, right? Because it just has become a photo fest, right? We just asked you today, what makes you Duval till we die, right? And I just put DTWD because you know what that means. Yeah. I don't need to explain it to you. And whatever that means to you, whether that's, your roots in Jacksonville, you don't have to, as we say, Duval pride worldwide. Sun never sets on Duval County. You don't even have to have stepped foot in Duval County proper to be Duval till we die if you support this franchise and, you give it your heart, right? And you ride with the ebbs and flows of the ups and downs of what it's all about, Tone. And so first couple responses were just like, I can't explain it. Here's a photo that may help you understand why. And it's me with 70,000 of my closest friends on game day, or here's me with my tats. Here's me in all my gear in an opposing city stadium, whatever the case may be. But let's just put it this way. It's a heck of a day to have a Twitter account, right? Is today's a good day to have a Twitter
Not
account?
bad, yeah.
Welcome back, 1010XL. 1010XL at 1010XL Jax, by the way. Don't ask me where the other one went, but it ain't there, all right? And if you want to follow along with the station, and all of our individual Twitter accounts are still rolling, but if you want to follow along with all the station news and have a chance to win tickets, because apparently everybody who signs up for the new account, appreciate it if you follow the old account, but if you sign up for the new one, and all it is JAX added to the end, right? At 1010XL JAX, you'll automatically be registered to win a pair of tickets to a game later this season.
The Jets game.
Is that what it is?
December. The next 30 days, everyone who follows the account. Yeah.
All right, whatever the case may be. There's Stevie, Irish Jag, traveling 4,000 miles to tailgate with the Bold City Brigade. That'll make you Duval till we die. Love it, man. So I had somebody who wore a Jags logo vest and tie at his wedding, and that was from 1996.
Wow.
And he said it was draft day, 1996. So got married the day of the NFL draft. Remember, was it all in one day? I know they split it up for a while into 2 days.
Yeah, forget when they did the split, but it used to be one day.
Those draft parties were drunken debauchery, man.
Yeah.
That's all they really were. And it's honestly surprising no lawsuits ever came out of the draft parties that were held at the various radio stations around Jacksonville, Tom. Because, I mean, it was like the first round was 6 hours long, so maybe 7 hours. It would just run all freaking day, 15 minutes between picks, and it seemed like everybody used all 15 minutes, and they stretched this thing out. And then maybe they do like the second round that night, I think, and the rest of the draft on Sunday. There was certainly a point where they did the whole thing all in one day. I'm just trying to remember if that overlapped with when we did draft parties. Coach Denmark, good morning. How are you?
I'm dry.
I feel like I should have greeted you sooner. Happy 904 day to you,
Yes,
sir.
happy 904 day. Thank you. I didn't even realize it was 904 until you said something.
Well, there you go.
Like you.
Because you're steeped in the culture. You are Duval till we die every day.
I am from the West Side. If that means a little more, I don't know if it does.
It can. Look, if you're from the North Side or the beaches or whatever, you're just as equally Duval till we die if, you feel that passion. Any special guests coming up on the program today other than John Ozier?
I'm going to effort to get somebody.
We're going to send the bat signal out?
10 minutes. So we'll see.
Should we declare kind of a national holiday for this? Or?
I mean, y'all usually do it right before the Jaguars season starts, right?
We kind of
give this guy a call.
I kind of just name dropped him right there. But we're throwing out the holiday signal this morning.
Okay.
I feel like we need a little fresh holiday elixir to get us ready for the matchup with the Miami Dolphins, Tony. I'm excited about that. I'm excited that it's kickoff of game week here. We do have Johnny O coming up. Doug Peterson's going to talk this morning. Don't ask me about play calling.
Hadn't decided yet, yeah.
I don't know.
Today he could have decided.
Maybe.
We'll find out.
But he did say the other day, like, you'll never know, right? Like, so, I don't know. It seems like you'd be able to know on game day who's calling the plays, but I don't.
They'll both have a headset on.
And I saw somebody say yesterday, this is just a media creation, and once he says this, they'll just make something else up. Like, it's not made up. We want to know who's calling the plays, and then once you know, it's not like, okay, no, now what are we going to get him with? Who's running the linebacker drills in practice, right? No, we just, that's a pretty big thing. Who's calling plays, right? Brian Daboll came out yesterday. He knows his job's on the line with the New York Giants.
Plays, yeah.
He's taking the play calling duties over. Like, hey, you know what? Go down swinging. You've got a vision for what you want this team to be. I'm not saying that Doug Peterson's in a position where he's going down. Hopefully we're going up and we're winning 10, 11 games or more. And, all this talk about play calling is, we'll look up in week 7 and go, remember when that was a topic of discussion, Tony, in an area of concern with his football team? So
some degree.
Hopefully it won't be.
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't be. All right. So today, your Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day simply asks you, why are you Duval till we die? Okay. You can call us up. Let us know. Talk any aspect of Jaguar football. You don't have to give a big Duval, but they're always appreciated on the program. 641-1010 on the Garber Auto Mall phone lines or on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Hop in that YouTube virtual studio and jump in the chat over there if you'd like, or on social media at MD_1010XL, at 1010XL Fat Tony, and at 1010XL Denmark.
Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws, baby.
Update, fantasy, Jaguars Today Fantasy League update.
Yes.
We made a switcheroo for tonight.
Oh, did we?
We did make a switcheroo for tonight.
I think it was justified.
I think it was,
The conversation will continue on Monday to some degree.
To
We got
some
a game
degree.
to react to on Monday.
Yes.
But
somebody didn't show up for the draft last night, Tone. So that somebody swore they wanted to be in all 3 leagues this year. You got to show up for the draft. This was my concern when we went down that road. So 2 leagues is going to have to suffice. And in honor of ET coming back, I don't know if you've heard.
I have, yeah.
The rollout is coming up tomorrow. We've got ET in that spot. So there's no open spot in the league. Dilla's in the league. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Right? This is Fan Cam and Tommy Mack are in this one. We got Taylor Dahl in this one. This is a star-studded lineup that we have. And
no doubt.
Myself, yourself, and Dylan will show up. Got the 5th pick for the second night in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. I don't mind the 5th pick, but it was just like,
I would
to mix it up a little
4th.
bit. Yeah, last night it was Dylan was 3rd,
Dylan,
you're
me,
4th,
you,
I'm
yeah.
5th, and D-Rock is 6th.
Yeah.
So it was just like, okay, I'm just going to get it from both sides. This is what's happening on this circumstance. But I did go with the dreaded double tight end strategy. I took Kelsey and Kincaid relatively early. And I just feel like we got 2 flex. Kincaid's going to catch more passes than anybody up in Buffalo.
Yeah, there's
and
different strategies that can all potentially win.
Right, and that's one less good tight end for the rest of the masses to focus in on. So anyway, we'll see how that all works out. If you want to get on board, you know the ways to do it. We'll hear a little bit from Dougie P. As I mentioned, he's speaking to the media coming up in about 20 minutes. We'll hear a couple of his thoughts from Monday as well. John Ogier in hour number 2, and maybe, just maybe, we'll get graced by the dulcet tones of one Holiday on the program today. Happy 904 day, everybody. What makes you Duval till we die? Let's discuss that and more. You're listening to Jaguars Today. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Dylan Denmark on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Get entertaining insight on Sunday's games all day Monday.
They came together as a team.
Sink your teeth into Dandy Foods Postgame Monday.
It is a game.
Makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff on 1010XL.
The water heater's broken, disposal doesn't work. Toilet's overflowing, the wife's going berserk. There's water all around me, the faucet sprung a leak. The only way to fix it is to call on Roland Reese, 'cause I got the blues, yeah.
For all your plumbing needs, call on the Bold City's best, Roland Reese Plumbing, and lose the bad plumbing blues.
I got the blues, yeah.
Jenkins Genesis of Northeast Jacksonville is now open, and you're invited in as a VIP to tour the all-new facility. Be one of the first 100 people to check out the complete lineup of luxury vehicles by September 8th and see if you can crack the code to win a brand new car. See dealer for details. No purchase necessary. Genesis of NortheastJacksonville.com. And now open on Atlantic Boulevard. Genesis, where luxury is redefined.
Prosser here. Hey, pick a news source. But the reports are home prices are expected to decline in 2025, even after the election. So you need to maximize your home sales price now before this downturn, and you can do it with the agents proven to sell for top dollar, Chad and Sandy Newman. Hey, perhaps you're worried about selling for less money with a lowball out-of-state instant offer, or maybe you want maximum equity from your home, but you're not sure how. That's why you turn to Chad and Sandy, who have the answers. No required costly repairs. Chad and Sandy are the local real estate experts I trust and recommend for the sale of your home. Tony and Maggie at Jack's Golf and Country Club said, "We recently had a job transfer and we needed to sell fast. With homes in our area struggling to sell inside 100 days, we didn't know what to do. Our worries were solved when we hired Chad and Sandy. Our home sold in 3 days for one of the highest prices ever in our neighborhood at over $1 million. Call the local experts we trust, 904-414-6200 or ChadAndDSandy.com.
It's a Weight Loss Wednesday on Jaguars Today. Awaken 180 Weight Loss, your long-term solution for weight loss.
Brackish Vodka, the official vodka of UNF Athletics, 100% made in Jacksonville, is available at all local liquor stores. Visit Browdy's, Total Wine, ABC, Shores, Golden, Sahara's, Golden Ox, and more. Drink our gluten-free San Francisco Spirit award-winning vodka and see why it's the smoothest vodka you can buy. When you drink Brackish Vodka, you support all of our local employees and all the money stays in Jacksonville. Drink Brackish Vodka and live life slightly salty. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
Everyone who puts on a high school football uniform dreams of Friday Night Glory.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, Friday Night Lights.
Join Hacker and Andrew Gibson, presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
Hidden Hills Golf Club invites you to come out and experience one of the most beautiful and unique golf courses in North Florida. Affordable golf, friendly service, and great times in the Hills Grill after play. Book your tee time, hiddenhillsgc.com.
New and pre-owned firearms are in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimber, Smith & Wesson, 6 Hour, Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Only at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
Blue here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
You go into your shower feeling, but as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day and smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
It's the best time of the year again. It's football season, and with football season here, fantasy football has arrived. And forget the season-long leagues. Underdog Fantasy and the Underdog Fantasy app is the way to go. I've been playing it now for almost a year, and it is just suits me to a T. First of all, it's simple, right? Just choose higher or lower on statistical projections or compete against others in player v. player fantasy games. Either way, there's so many options. There's research there on the site. It's easy to use, and right now, you can get a little bit extra. That's right. Go to the mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with the promo code PROSSER. They're going to give you a special to use on your first contest and a deposit offer. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code PROSSER, and claim your new customer offer. Do it right now, plus a first-time deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Got to be 18 or over, got to be present in the state where it's played, and call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org if you have a problem.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now it's just a matter of we gotta go do it, you know, and I guess as they say, the talking is over, and you just got to go put in the hard work and preparation, and try to go 1-0, this week.
Talking time is over, Tony Smith. It is time to prove what you got coming up on Sunday. Absolutely. That's Doug Peterson, head coach of your Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm just having so much fun with this Duval Till We Die thread today, getting so many great pictures. Tone, other than small babies and the ladies, does every Jag fan have a beard at this point?
There's a bunch.
I mean, like, you and I have a little facial hair. I don't even know if I'd call this a beard. There's a little facial hair going on, but whatever the case may be. Like, Dylan's an outlier these days.
I don't want to shave every day. That's why I have this.
Bro, I am lazy as hell. That's why I have this
haircut.
It's
why it started. It was just like, I don't want to shave every day. I know that it's it's coming out of my laziness is why this is on my face, and I'm okay with that.
Nothing better than getting out of the shower, wiping a towel over the top of my head and being done. You know, and that goes for my face too. Maybe I'll comb out the beard. Maybe I won't. I don't know. You know, and like I said, plenty of people would put me to shame in the beard category.
I don't even want to know what it looks like underneath this now. because the rest of my face is actually exposed to the sun, and whatever's underneath here, not so much.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I haven't been getting any sun lately, so I don't know if there'd be much of a stark difference with all that going on.
I got some breaking news.
What do you got? A holiday update? What's the story?
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
20 minutes
people.
to holiday. All right.
Send out the bat signal.
I was getting excited. I saw him on the line, but I'm equally excited to go to Gainesville today. Not because of anything that the Gators have going on, but because of what Byron has going on in Gville. Byron, good morning to you, sir.
Happy Duval.
Duval. Happy 9:04 to you, Byron.
I got up this morning, was checking out some of you guys' local news. I love Jacksonville news. I stay here in Gainesville, of course. And I seen Melanie doing that Duval, and I got goosebumps, man, at one of those local stations. So that's when I knew it was a 9:04 day. I never heard of it. So, and guys, I want to just tell you my quick story. Growing up, I really lived close to Bradford County growing up. And so Jacksonville was a hop, skip, and a jump. So we were almost raised there. Let me make you laugh about this. Back in the day, the Jacksonville Coliseum hosted the wrestling every Thursday. Man, I grew up, man, with Dusty Rose and all those guys, man. They used to travel 301 with us, man, and a lot of times. And so Normandy Boulevard. And, guys, I just want to shout out my aunt, the first season ticket holder in our family that went there. And, man, I've always been Duval till I die. Joined the Navy there. Cecil Field, Mayport, man, Duval.
Duval, Byron, we salute you and your service, sir, and your undying love of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He just dropped right out. Byron is like, I'm going to ghost you right here. Duval, and I'm out of here like that. By the way, that was the era for wrestling when, your wrestling icons needed a sports bra. That was my era, Tony, not the steroid-laden era of the late 80s into the 90s. I like the guys with the sloppy physiques, Dusty Rhodes right at the head. You ever go to see wrestling in person?
Yeah.
I went once in the DeLand Armory. I think Barry Windham was headlining the matches that night, which I felt like was big time because I had seen Barry Windham on television. Honestly, speaking of Barry's on television, I hope he's listening right now. You know who else I thought was big time? And he is. But like Barry Milligan, when I first met Milligan, I'm like, I watch this guy on Sunshine Network, and look at it. And now he's like Mr. Chill out there. He is Mr.
Yes,
Duval, Barry Milligan. Hope you're doing well. Another Awaken 180 success story, by the way.
Nice.
For Milligan. Oh, yeah. Like, we got a lot of them out there. Hacker got to be crushed that Picture Day was canceled.
I know it.
Hacker's got to be so excited about Picture Day, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't blame him, right?
I wouldn't be. Yeah, absolutely.
You like if you went home, you ever go home in the summer at the end of a school year and come back and maybe get a new haircut or, you'd been working outside all summer, whatever.
Got some new clothes.
Yeah, some new clothes, but you felt good about how you looked, right?
Yeah.
You couldn't wait to get back to school back then. And that's how Hacker is now.
Yeah.
Hacker's like,
things change.
Show him down at Disney what's going on.
At school age, things change year to year, right? Like we need new pictures every year because they're growing. Like everything is changing for everybody. You try a new haircut. It's funny. On my driver's license, I had a faux hawk one day of my life.
Oh.
It happened to be the day I didn't know I was going in to get my license.
So that means just like closely cut on the sides and high in the middle.
Yeah.
Right.
And so that's my license pictures the one day I had a faux hawk. It was not on purpose, but every time like I have to show that ID, that everyone kind of gives me a look is like, what? I was like, that one day.
You still have that, or but you don't have to show it anymore. Like that's not like a current ID with that photo.
It's my driver's license.
Oh, it is still the same photo.
Like I think I'm gonna have to get a new one sometime in the next 5 years, something like that.
But they can't. Won't they just renew your photo? Like if it's already
they might
do that. I don't know.
I wouldn't. I don't. It doesn't bother me.
I've mentioned this before, but I got a college ID with a full-blown mullet. I mean, just a glorious mullet, right? So. It was the times, young pockets.
College ID might be the last time that I was clean-shaven.
Is that right?
Yeah, that might be the last picture I have of me before I was like, not every day. I'm not doing this
I knew
anymore.
when I was trying to grow in the mustache and like the goatee, you and like Marlon Jones are calling me like Colonel Reb because I couldn't really grow it, Dylan, like the point where it connects the end of your mustache down to the goatee. So I just grew the ends of the mustache longer, and they would hang down a little bit like that. And I did seem like I was some Southern Civil War military man.
That's a good biker move right there.
Is that a biker move?
Yeah.
Well, I was big into the whole biker scene at the time as
Get
well.
your Holly.
So that really played.
Leather jacket.
On a lot of levels. Oh, without question. Leather vest. Really,
Okay.
I was going with. All right, let's get. Here's a few thoughts from Doug Peterson before we get the new thoughts from Doug Peterson, who's speaking coming up in 5 minutes. So we talked yesterday a little bit, Tony, about the owner of the Jaguars saying, no, it's winning time, baby. Shad Khan putting it out there. I have high expectations. People were looking for this. People over the years, Shad's an absentee owner. He doesn't care. He doesn't. You don't become a billionaire without caring. You want to win everything. I think every billionaire wants to win everything, right? Yeah. And I get it. They're not all as successful in every pursuit, but I've never questioned his desire to win. But this has really crystallized it, right? He put it out there to the team. We all saw it in the hunt if you watch that over at Jaguars.com. So here is Doug Peterson on Monday. Just what is his reaction to the owner expecting more this season?
Yeah, I think, I think he's right on. I think that, that is our expectation. It's always our expectation. And, each year you put together and you assemble the best team, the best set of coaches, and you got to put in the time. You got to work hard. And that's he sees what we've done the last 2 years. And the successes that we've had, but he also knows, and we know that we're better than the way we finished last year. And I think that's something that he alluded to, and but he's right. That's the expectation, and we're all held to that.
Look, I think that's the driving thing. 8-3, you're going for the number 1 seed, right? You're the defending AFC South champions. Shad Khan wants to get to the point where he's like part of the club, the playoff club, on a regular basis. Not that guy who pops in there once and then, that was cute, and then go back to what you normally are, right? And the roster, whether or not we believe it's the most talented roster in team history, it's the most talented roster in the Shad Khan era, I believe. That I agree with.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like 2017 kind of caught us all a little bit off guard with how successful they were that year, right? It's not that I went into that year thinking they have no chance to be any good this year with Tom Coughlin and the money they spent, everything that they had gotten done in that offseason. I didn't have no expectations in 2017. I didn't expect a team that was going to be good enough to go to the AFC Championship game, and a bad call cost them an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl, right? Like, that wasn't my expectations necessarily going into that year. We knew when the schedule got announced a few months ago that the first month of the season is big time, right, for this Jaguars team. They obviously open with Miami this week. You got the Browns after that. You got the Bills after that. You got the Texans after that. So certainly a tough first month of the season for the Jags, but that all starts this week against Miami. And as we've known this whole time, it's going to be a great test, and Coach was talking about that on Monday.
It's a great test. I mean, this is what you want, though. You want to compete against the best, and sure, preseason is one thing, but now it's the regular season, and you're going to get everybody's best, and we're gonna put our best foot forward. So great opportunity for our guys, for our defense, and for our team to compete this coming weekend.
All right, and one of the big aspects of this, new defensive coordinator in Ryan Nielsen. High-octane offense in Miami. Miami almost seems like they're two teams, right? They're the team that either hangs a huge number on you or at times they struggle. And let's make them struggle here. And I think if you do, it's going to come more from the line of scrimmage. But big part of it is still the secondary matching up with these skill players, particularly Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. And Doug Peterson talked about that challenge for the Jags.
A great opportunity for our guys to really focus in this week. I mean, I look forward to Tyson and Darby and the guys to just compete, see what happens. But a lot of respect for Miami, a lot of respect for their skill. And, even with their quarterback Tua, I think, he does a great job of getting the ball out of his hand and anticipating windows. And those guys make plays.
All right, more from Doug Peterson coming up, including some fresh audio as he gets set to speak here within the minute if things are right on time over at Jaguars.com. This one, Tony, from Jags Duval 16. I regularly go on runs around the neighborhood in my OG 95 Baselli jersey I got as a kid. I'm in North Carolina now, but a Jax Beach native. Mm-hmm. Then I come home after my run and I read my inaugural game program in my office where all my Jags art hangs with my game-used Patrick Omame jersey from 2017. So There's a deep cut for you there. I love them. Keep them coming. Tell us why you are Duval till we die. Hit us up on social media with those photos. I'm retweeting like a fiend this morning. So go check them out if you like at MD_1010XL. Holiday is on the way. Happy 904 day. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for Awaken 180 Weight Loss. We name drop these guys all the time now. Somebody asked me the other day, a friend of mine was in from Ohio. He goes, man, you have lost a lot of weight. What are you doing? And I told him it was Awaken 180. He goes, yeah, everybody, it seems like up in Ohio is doing the same thing. A lot of radio broadcasters there. There's a reason for it. It works. It's successful. There are people going back probably a decade now that have been able to be endorsers for Awaken 180 because they lost weight and they're able to keep it off for all those many years. Man, I couldn't keep off weight for a month or two at times. I'd lose it, but then I'd put it back on. And Awaken 180 guarantees that you're going to have a lot more success than that. They've got over 98% satisfaction rating from over 21,000 customers. You can go to awaken180weightloss.com, schedule a free consultation. You eat to lose weight, no medications, no exercise program required. If you want to drop the pounds, but more importantly, keep them off, Awaken 180 is the way to go.
Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios at 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here. I couldn't be any happier than to join the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I mean it. Visit their beautiful showroom today off Atlantic Boulevard. Find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. And whether you want a car, a truck, SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet has it. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, no problem. MooreChevy.com is easy to navigate as any site you will try. It's never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
If you suffer from constant burning, tingling, or numbness in your hands or feet, it could be a serious condition called neuropathy. I'm Dr. Nathan Riddle, DC with Riddle Wellness in Ponte Vedra. Neuropathy is treatable, and we have seen great results by using state-of-the-art, non-invasive therapies to target damaged nerves, reduce symptoms, and improve nerve function. Call 904-395-5598 to schedule your free consultation today and learn how you can live pain-free. Call 904-395-5598.
Mortgage rates have plummeted, and Loan Pronto clients are locking in the lowest rates we've seen in years. Hey, it's Roger Moore, founder and CEO of Loan Pronto. It's happening. We are finally locking APRs in the fives, something we haven't seen for a long time. If that sky-high rate is killing you or you need to get cash out of your home equity, now is the time to take action. Or listen, even if you want to keep that first mortgage rate intact, you can take advantage of lower rates with our Equity Express line of credit. We're seeing homeowners take $50, $75, $200 grand or more out of their equity and wiping out that high-interest debt with an average savings of $850 per month. Bottom line, your home value is way up and mortgage rates have come way down, making this a great time to act. Call today for a 30-second rate quote. Do it now, and you can even skip your next two mortgage payments. 904-999-1508. 904-999-1508. LoanPronto.com. 904-999-1508.
Equal housing lender. NMLS 166-1781. Subject to lender approval. NMLS ConsumerAccess.org.
It's a Weight Loss Wednesday
on Jaguars Today.
Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, so here's a reminder to get screened. Ackerman Cancer Center offers on-site imaging, including total body MRI. Early detection is the key. Visit AckermanCancerCenter.com.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish. And he's listening to the Nimnicht Outdoor Show.
With tips and stories.
Presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning.
Every Saturday morning, 7 to 10.
On 1010XL.
This is Corona Premier. Just 90 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs. It's a light beer that... Wait, this is a light beer? But we should really tell people about... Right, that's why I'm here. Sorry. Corona Premier, unexpectedly, light beer.
Sports fans, JJ LaSalva here. When I need to send my bride flowers or a plant for birthdays or anniversaries, I always go with Hume Flowers. After all, they've been the leading florist in these parts for over 75 years. You can always rely on Hume Flowers.
Visionaries, builders, and doers. Are you ready to change the world? Miller Electric is your opportunity to shape the future. Miller Electric is leading the charge in electric vehicle technology with our state-of-the-art EV Innovation Design Center. We're working to create a sustainable future. We're also the proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars, powering their performance at the brand new Miller Electric Center. Miller Electric, we provide competitive pay, unbeatable benefits. Apply today. MillerCareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
The average cost associated with childhood cancer is a startling $833,000. This is Tom Coughlin, and September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Help the J Fund raise awareness to help our neighbors and community members tackling this devastating disease. Visit tcjfund.org/September for more information.
Imagine stepping out of your cozy cabin on a crisp fall morning, coffee in hand, a stunning view from your private porch greets you. You spend the day relaxing at the tiki bar or taking a dip in the year-round pool while catching the big game on TV. Welcome to Island Oaks RV Resort, just past McClenny off exit 333. Book your cabin that sleeps 4 to 6 people. A close, affordable getaway with activities for the whole family. Make memories that last at Island Oaks RV Resort. IslandOaksRVResort.com.
Jags fans, a new Everbank Performance account could be your ticket to London this October. Through the Everbank London Getaway, one lucky winner and a guest will receive round-trip airfare, hotel accommodations, and a pair of tickets to see the Jags play in London. To learn more and for official rules, visit everbank.com/London. No person necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of 50 United States and D.C. 18 or older. Entry period for the Everbank London Getaway Suites is from 8/5/24 to 9/5/24. To enter in for official rules, alternate method of entry, prize description, odds of winning, and other details, visit everbank.com/London. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank N.A.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson will meet the media this hour ahead of the Week 1 matchup against the Miami Dolphins. Peterson spoke on Monday and gave an injury update for Week 1.
You know, we're pretty healthy at this stage. Probably the last one is Daniel Thomas to get him back on the grass this week. Anticipate having everybody, full strength going into this week.
Peterson knows owner Shad Khan is expecting more from the Jaguars in 2024.
I think he's right on. I think that he sees what we've done the last 2 years, and the successes that we've had. But he also knows, and we know, that we're better than the way we finished last year.
I'm Andrew Gibson with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now more Jaguars today on 1010XL.
That guard. Just kind of always want to introduce Michael Jordan when this comes on. Not that I was a Bulls fan or a hanger-on.
It's
far
iconic.
from it.
Yeah.
It is kind of iconic. No question about it. All right, and this is the Alan Parsons project, right? Eye in the Sky band did this one. You know what else is iconic, Tony? Maybe the most infamous caller. I say maybe, okay?
It's the one that is in most demand.
I would think so. People have asked, are you going to get Holiday back on before the season? Well, that's up to Mr. Holiday. Unc, as some refer to him. Kind enough to join us this morning. Holiday, a great 9:04 day to you, sir. How are you?
Man, oh man, you already know.
I do already know.
T-Law, the saber-tooth tiger, and the Maxwell House coffee have something major in common. We can be imitated, but not duplicated.
One of a kind, Holiday, or two of a kind, as the case may be. How are you feeling about your Jaguars this year?
Let me tell you something. I've been so fired up till I was thinking about the Jaguars last night. And I thought about all this Miami Dolphin Olympic strike team, speed everywhere, can't be stopped. But watching college football this weekend, I learned a valuable lesson about speed. If you got the horses on the D-line And if you just got a breath of fresh air on the defensive secondary, if the defensive line win 2 or 3 plays to slow the quarterback down over a period of time, the defense will win and slow the offense down because wide receiver ain't going to catch every pass. So all we got to do is to win the game 50-50 on defense, and our offense will carry the 100% with T-Law and our new weapon called You Know Who He Is.
He's a saber-toothed tiger is who he is. I mean, we know who he is, Holiday. What kind of season are you expecting out of Trevor this year?
I'm looking for Trevor to shock everybody who doubt the one and only saber-toothed tiger, T-Law. The marshal going to bring it so hard this year, he going to make a statement this Sunday when all Miami Dolphins, the fans going to drop their head down and say, what just happened? The same thing that the Gator said and the same thing the Seminoles said, what just happened, what the Dolphins been to say, I cannot believe what we just saw.
Yeah, that's a good point. Go ahead.
T-Law going to have 395-yard passing, 4 touchdowns, and the rookie wide receiver going to make a debut with 145-yard receiving, and ETM going to have 121 yards rushing, and we will have 5 sacks on defense, 2 by my main man, 41, and 2 by the one they said we should never drafted him first round, the Bulldog himself.
So Josh Hines, Allen, Trayvon Walker are going to get 4 sacks between them. You're very specific with these predictions on offense, 145, 121. Did these come to you in a vision?
They came to me from the spirit of the saber-tooth nation. I had 10 saber-tooth tigers told me this. And when they got through telling me this, they all in harmony sounded like this.
Well, hell, I never knew what 10 saber-tooth tigers sounded like, Holiday.
I woke up and I didn't even take no coffee. I took me a shot of double-barrel Jack Daniels, and I was shaking.
Holiday, what are your overall expectations for the season?
The Jaguars would go, I would say, they would go 11-6.
Okay, 11-6. That's playoffs, right?
That's right.
Okay, how do you feel about the division? How do you feel? Everybody loves to ride the Houston Texans this offseason. How do you feel about the Texans this year?
The sophomore jinx will happen again. The Jaguars will win the division, not by 1 game, but going to shock everybody. They're going to win it by 2 games. And to even make it worse, Houston would not even come in second place.
Oh.
They're going to come in third.
I like it. So, Holiday, what's your game day plan? Where do you post up and watch the game? At the house or you going to, obviously it's an away game, but what's your plan for the weekend?
I made a promise to my grandson that I would not watch the first game in the man cave. I would not look at the tiger on the wall. Me and my grandson is riding down to Jacksonville Beach, and we're going to sit down in sneakers and watch the game.
All right, big screen it, man. That's a beautiful plan. Holiday, we hope you're not a stranger. I hope you know that we have love and reverence for you, and we do truly get people asking us all the time, when is Holiday going to pop on the program again? So I don't know if you're monetizing it, but you've become a little bit of a local celebrity, at least on this program.
Well, for all my saber-tooth nation, all my tigers and tigerettes, I got a surprise for you. I'll be going on vacation soon, and I'm going to drop in at the stadium with my live voice, if y'all allow me to.
Well, you're talking about dropping in on the show.
on the show.
All right, we're over at 9117 Hogan Road, Holiday. We'll be in touch. You let us know when you're going on vacation, and we will clear the decks for you, buddy.
If I don't know no road in Duval County, coming from Beach Boulevard, not too far from the Super Walmart, I know where Hogan Road at.
That's wonderful. Holiday, can you give us a big Duval on the way out this morning? Duval, right back at you, brother. Hey, Holiday, we love you, man, and we hope you're right that the Jags win at least 11 games this year, and we are really hoping that you fulfill that mission and come by and visit us someday soon.
Well, just always remember, 10-10 is popping, and it won't be no stopping.
No, we remember, brother. We do. Holiday, you're the best. We love you, man. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
All right, there he goes. Holiday. Check it. I feel so bad to, he's got the cadence. And I don't want to interrupt.
Yeah.
But I want to keep the conversation moving, so I tripped up a couple of times. I should have just backed off, let Holiday do his thing. But I think we got enough good material there, Dylan, for something special in the near future.
I'll make something up.
Gotta love Unk, man. Holiday is this, for my taste, absolutely the best. Now, I see Mike from Neptune Beach has a comment about Holiday. I hope it's a positive one. Well, Mike's not going to last very long on this program because we absolutely love our man Holiday. Mike, good morning.
Oh, good morning, gentlemen. No, it's positive, man. I want to give Holiday just a big Duval hug right around his neck. Tell Holiday he's welcome anytime at my house for the Jags games, baby. Holiday's got me hype on the season, man. Sunday can't come fast enough. I got to tell you guys, I need some more Skinnerd on this radio station today on 904 Day because I am hyped on Duval, baby. Everybody out there, you find someone from Duval, born and raised, baby. You just give them a big old hug, look each other in the eyes, and just say, Duval!
Duval! Woo! Thanks, Mike. That's all. He gave the invite to Holiday. Swing by the crib, man. Post up. Let's watch a game. I love it. I love it. We've had people, I don't want to hear any more from Holiday. Well, those people can go somewhere. Okay,
chill, man. Yeah.
Just get out of my timeline. I love it. Mike out there in Neptune Beach, Holiday, if you need a place to watch a game, sneakers is a good option. No question about it.
Yeah.
Dylan Denmark, what can we do to get a little more Skinnerd in our life this morning? Is that possible?
I can do that.
All right.
We'll come back and break.
Let's work on that a little bit there. Keep those photos coming, by the way. Love them.
Yeah.
Just absolutely full of great photos in the timeline on Duval Till We Die 904 Day.
Head coach Doug Peterson speaking right now.
Yes.
To the local media.
What's he saying, Tone?
No definitive answer on the play calling still.
Shocker.
He said they're still talking about it, him and Press, about what's going to happen. He did say that Press will be on field level Sunday without saying who's calling plays, but Press not going to be in the booth. He is going to stay on the field level as he has been through the preseason.
Right.
So that's
maybe will they huddle up together and both be behind the card and they can whisper to each other?
We'll see. He also said Christian Kirk looks like he's going to be good to go, which
I hope
is
so.
not a surprise.
We need all hands on deck.
Yeah, and that Daniel Thomas still day to day.
He's the one.
Yeah.
Right? He's the one that you got to worry about his availability this week. Miami's got their own injury concerns. So this we're in a better position than Miami is as far as the injuries go at this early stage of the season. They got a couple of guys on the PUP list that'll be, they hope, integral parts of their offense and defense going forward. But I love it, man. Unk checking in. I feel like we got the good vibes. We're going to get a fresh open out of that coming up in the days ahead. And Holiday he's Duval, man. I mean, he's part of the fabric. He's just a piece of it. He doesn't define it. Everybody's got their own thing. I love it. Again, today's question of the day, what makes you DTWD? Right? And most people are just sending photos to explain it, and we absolutely can't get enough of them. I'm retweeting everyone out there as quickly as I can and just showing people that the Jaguar pride is strong and we're ready. Holiday, I thought, was very reasonable with an 11-6 prediction, on the game. But, he's calling on all his saber-toothed Tiger Nation to rally around, all the Tigers and Tigerettes out there. So very good.
Yeah.
We appreciate him. Johnny O coming up next hour. A little bit more from Doug Peterson on the way as we march towards the opener for the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're 4 days away. We're 1 day away from the NFL season kicking off tomorrow night with Kansas City and Baltimore. Then we get Philadelphia, Green Bay in Brazil on Friday night. Happy to report that while Twitter may not be working for him, Cristiano had no problem logging into the ESPN virtual draft room last night.
Good to know. Yeah.
Trying to represent. And last night was the draft with mostly out-of-towners in there.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was pretty cool. Marius joined us from Germany. I don't know what time. It was like 1 a.m. or whatever time it was, maybe 2. I really don't know when the draft got underway for him. But we had Germany, we had Barcelona, we had Canada, we had Brazil, we had Argentina, we had New Mexico. I think we had Virginia, maybe Colorado. We had people spread out all over the place. Tonight, final one, and we'll knock it out. And D-Rock will be in tomorrow for the Breakfast Bowl as well. And we are just that close. That's how close we are to the start of the season. So hit us up with today's Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day, just asking you why you are Duval till we die, and accompanying with pictures generally, but there are a lot of cool stories that go along with it as well. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Dylan Denmark here with you. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars
Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. In every game, there's a guy who just makes plays.
He's their best home run hitter, an elusive generational type back.
Listen for the Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game. Experience the universal difference on 1010XL.
This is Chelsea with Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors. Here's what people are saying about working with us.
Installers were professional, courteous, and efficient.
Great customer service. On time, explained the process, and walked me through the installation. Amazing team.
Our experience with Renewal by Anderson was outstanding from the beginning to end.
Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit rbafla.com.
License number CGC 1527613.
Renewal by Anderson, custom windows and doors.
This is Walker Little of your Jacksonville Jaguars for Kingfish Pest Control. I've been a Kingfish customer for a while now and can confirm that their service is incredible. Not only do they protect my family from pests, Kingfish's office staff is the friendliest around. They even email me a photo of the tech before arriving at my home. Kingfish Pest Control is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Be sure to enter their Swat That Kick sweepstakes for free pest control for 3 years. Go to kingfishpest.com and tell them Walker Little sent you.
Being an athlete means having a healthy desire to do as much as you can with your body. For as long as you can. Gatorade has lower sugar, electrolyte-backed hydration options to keep you rehydrated and replenished. Gatorade, for every athlete.
From Gatorade Zero to Gatorade Endurance Formula and Gator Light, there's something for every athlete. Find it at your local Winn-Dixie. It's a win-win. Gatorade, official partner of the NFL.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a dust bunny breeder from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Steve Johnson.
Welcome to the show, Steve.
It's great to be here, Alex? Yeah, you don't have to answer in the form of a question, Steve.
What is this game show?
See, that's another question.
Are you going to ask me about air conditioners?
Yeah, okay. How about we just send the Bueller guys over and you can annoy them with all your questions? Johnny?
That's right, Steve. Bueller Air and Plumbing can answer all your air conditioning questions, repair options, replacement models, and how to make your AC last longer while saving electricity, making sure you are cool.
Where is the parking lot?
You're killing me, Steve.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
It's a Weight Loss Wednesday on Jaguars Today. Awaken 180 Weight Loss, your long-term solution for weight loss.
Bold City Brewery invites you to celebrate Dubs and Duval all season long with a cold pint. Enjoy all their beer, seltzer, ciders by logging on to boldcitybrewery.com. Head to the production house on Roselle Street in Riverside or Bold City downtown and be bold.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you be active, reach weight loss goals, and find your inner strength while you connect with your community. Family memberships at the Y include unlimited group exercise classes, childcare while you work out, and youth sports participation. It's easy to join the Y and affordable for all. Plus, the Y is a great place to meet a new circle of friends. Visit the Y near you or online at fcymca.org.
1010XL has a new home on X. Follow us in September and you could win tickets to the Jags-Jets game at 1010XL Jax.
Cold beer and good grub. That's what you'll get at Taps on 210. Just a great neighborhood feel where friends and family get together. Check out Taps in the Winn-Dixie Plaza, just west of 95 on County Road 210, proudly supporting our 9 After 5 weekly. Head there for a cold one.
We've seen it 1,000 times. Insurance companies using the same tired excuses not to pay. They'll say you're really not hurt, or that your injury is from an old accident. That's why it's so important to hire a law firm who has their own medical experts, who know how to fight excuses with facts. When they bring excuses, we bring the truth. And truth is power. Farah and Farah. Here for you, here for good. Jacksonville.
Jaguars football is officially back. Be there for the Jaguars 2024 home opener when they go head-to-head with the Cleveland Browns. Join us as we celebrate Hispanic heritage and take the field at Everbank Stadium for the first time during our 30th season. Lock in your seats now for the 1 p.m. kick by going to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We can't wait to see you back at the bank.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Hey guys, this is David Garrard, and I want to tell you about Clearwater Irrigation. They put my new sprinkler system in at my new home at Jax Beach, and I couldn't be happier. Oh, hey John.
What's up, Dave? You know what this means. You're going to have to sing.
Man, I can't sing.
Then you'll fit right in, buddy. Clearwater Irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers. Hit it, Dave.
And drainage too.
ClearwaterJax.com. Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. Florida head coach Billy Napier gets the fans' disappointment after the Gators' poor performance against Miami.
We've got a responsibility to represent this place, and we need to do it better.
With the loss to Boston College and the poor offensive display, Noles head coach Mike Norvell was asked about changing quarterbacks.
Yeah, obviously, we were struggling offensively, and a lot of reasons, for that.
Fox Sports analyst Joel Klatt doesn't want to play down Miami's win over the Gators, but doesn't see Florida having much success this season.
Did we overestimate this win from Miami? Because there's a good chance Florida's a 3-win team at the end of the year.
For even more local sports, follow at 1010XLJAX on X, the new and improved home of 1010XL. That's at 1010XLJAX on X. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 10:57, it's 82 degrees. Time and 10 brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler, Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Oh No's with Jaguars.com's John Osher. Brought to you by
Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
On 1010XL.
I feel like it was hard, being the third camp here. I think it. The first one's always can be tough too, just because the unknown, I guess. But this one was purposeful, just in my own quirky way.
Doug Peterson's being a little quirky today, by the way. Put a team through a tough camp, Tony. Final question today. If you looked at the depth chart that came out yesterday, right? First of all, Foye's back at middle linebacker. Weak side starter, Chad Muma or Devin Lloyd. And, that was a weak side. Strong side, Chad Muma or Yasir Abdullah, I believe is how it was. Mm-hmm. So Doug was asked about the Muma v. Devin Lloyd designation. What did he have to say?
He basically said it's situational based, between the guys, and then followed that with kind of like Doug Peterson or Press Taylor.
Oh, Doug's having
and then
too much
dropped
fun
the mic
with this
and walked out of the room
right now, and that was it. Situational base. So there will be times in certain instances when you'll see Chad Muma in there, and times when you'll see Devin Lloyd in there as well. John Ogier, we see, has joined the party here at Jaguars today. Good morning, John.
And this is Tony or Mike.
Tony or Mike, right? That, hosting the show. Tony and Mike every single day, and sometimes John.
Well, not hosting.
Well, that's really the idea of it is, yes, that you are actually the third host, although, it is what it is.
I defer to superior radio talent.
Is that right?
We keep John on a snap count, unlike Eric Armstead on Sunday, apparently.
Yeah, Eric Armstead, I didn't quite understand, Jeff Logman's hesitancy about Eric Armstead yesterday. I mean, he's been cleared for several weeks, and I get it. Maybe he's not up to the point where you're going to play him 50 snaps or something like that. But what did Doug said shouldn't be on a snap count this week,
shouldn't be on a snap count. He's in practice, shouldn't be limited this week. Did indicate after that, shouldn't be on a snap count. Again, John, we're early enough in the season. He hasn't played football in a while now that there's some limit to how much they want to expose him on Sunday, but it's not going to be because he's not ready to play. It's just going to be more like it's early in the season.
Yeah.
He needs a break. He might need that more week 1 than he's going to need it week 5 or 6.
Yeah, it's hard to put an exact date on it, but during camp, you got to feel, I don't know, mid-August, whatever, that if it was the regular season or the playoffs, Eric Armstead would have been there. Doug just felt no rush, no need, no nothing to have him practicing taking any contact until it really mattered. So I didn't get the feeling they were bringing him along solely physically. I got the idea that even if he hadn't had the knee, this might have been his workload just because they don't feel like a veteran of that age needs to do anything during preseason to risk anything.
And he has a little bit of an injury history.
Sure.
On top of that, so why expose that guy to anything more than he has to? If he knows how to get ready for the season, John, how do you think we're going to see Eric Armstead deployed?
I think it's $1 million question. I think you'll see him on the edge a lot, or at defensive end a lot. They list him at defensive tackle, I think, because they want to list a veteran of that stature as a starter. But they've been talking about, they kept, 8 defensive tackles and 3 defensive ends.
Was it 8 or 7 and 4?
Well, they're listing on the depth chart Armstead as a
defensive tackle, right? But what do they list Lacey as?
Defensive tackle.
They do? Okay.
But regardless, they have talked about Armstead since they got him as an end. I think you'll see him play end a lot. I think you'll see those 3 rotate a lot. And then when the plays really, meaning Trayvon, Josh Hines-Allen, and Eric Armstead, and then on the big plays, on the plays where they feel like they need it, I think you'll see all 3 of them on the field. Some situations, I think you'll see Armstead inside. Some situations, I think you'll see Trayvon inside. I think you'll almost always see Hines-Allen outside.
So the situational thing with Muma and Devin Lloyd, I think a lot of people will look at that and go, if Devin Lloyd's not an every down player, you basically invested 4 draft picks in the guy. Has he not developed the way that they'd expect him to?
I think the first couple of weeks will tell a lot here. Ryan Nielsen, all throughout training camp, talked about no depth chart, doesn't want to kill players' motivation. So there were 3 spots where there were oars on the depth chart.
Party foul.
See, if you had considered yourself a host, that never would have happened.
Well, that's true. Or throw me out. So I think there were 3 spots on the depth chart where there were oars. I got the idea that some of the oar with linebacker may have been just still wanting to motivate. On the outside, it was Muma or
Yasir Abdullah.
Right. Yes, if Devin Lloyd's not a full-time guy, if he's not one of the 2 main linebackers, you would have certainly thought he would have been by this point. I guess I want to wait and see how that really plays out before saying that's what it is. But he's a number 27 overall pick, supposed to be a full-time starter.
Right, especially when they had a pick that they added 3 picks to it to move up because, it was a second-round pick that they added 3 additional picks to jump up to 27 to get him. So that's a 4-pick investment there on Devin Lloyd and Chad Muma. What did you make of the whole Lloyd listed as a Mike linebacker during training camp, only for Foye to be listed as the Mike linebacker on the opening depth chart here?
Well, again, I think that position, whenever you talk to people about it during training camp, it was hard to get anybody to say one was playing the other. I think the strong side and the Mike, or I'm sorry, the weak side and the Mike in this scheme, I think they're going to interchange them a lot. I'm not sure that they spend as much time worried about who's playing which quote-unquote role as maybe the observers do. So I think Foye will be calling the defense. It'll be going through him through the ear, and that's traditionally going to be the middle or Mike. I think the first couple of weeks we'll see how much they actually, we look at the depth chart before the game, how much the depth chart applies during the game, the way they're actually playing. Mm-hmm. I get the idea that it may not be that, not a one-to-one relationship or not really exactly sticking to the depth chart the entire game. So they certainly beefed Lloyd up with the idea that he'd play in the middle a lot. So I think maybe that's the situation. When they want him to play in the middle, he'll be in the middle. When they want Moom on the field, he'll be a strong side guy.
Well, they have him listed at both those spots, obviously, Muma. So I would expect if they do have a strong side linebacker, that's likely to be Muma.
Feels like it,
right?
Yeah.
Like in those situations. But when Coach says just a few minutes ago, it's a situational thing on the or, right, with Devin Lloyd and Chad Muma. With that specifically, what is the situation where Muma would be on the field ahead of Lloyd?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. I don't know that. I mean, certainly Muma in its strong side would be in more run situations. I don't think they're going to play much.
Right, if you're in a base 4-3, you're not
I don't think they're going to play much of that.
Right.
So
but they'll still be, maybe 20% of the snaps.
Right, there'll be situations where you do it. I think that's one of the things we'll see in week 1 or week 2. When is Chad Muma on the field and Devin Lloyd's not? I haven't seen situations like that yet. I think that's what we're going to find out.
How much better has Devin Lloyd gotten with what held him back so much as a rookie, right? He got lost on the field a lot.
And he seemed to be better at times last year, and then late when it really mattered. There's some very obvious plays against Derrick Henry late in the season that cost the Jaguars a lot. How much better is he there now? Played, a quarter and a half or so during the preseason. So I'm not sure we know how much better. I think that's still clearly the thing he has to get better at. We'll see week 1 or 2.
Have you heard anyone from the team talk at all about how good or bad he is as far as the study part of the game, getting ready for his job?
I mean, always high praise in terms of how he studies. Yeah. It's never been a preparation thing or preparation issue. It's more, in the times we've seen it, it's more in that moment, jumping at the wrong thing, which we saw at Derrick Henry last year, reading something where it's not an atrocious read, it's misreading it by a half second, which in the NFL can be everything. So I've always heard with him, it's small stuff, but it's the stuff that shows up big time at the position he plays.
Just in general, how do you feel about this team's readiness for their ability to meet Shad Khan's expectations? He expects this team to be back in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Maybe he expects them to win the division, whatever the case may be. I think if they win 10 or 11 games and they're in the playoffs, I think that's probably satisfactory. But do you think that this team has that look?
Yeah, it feels ready. It feels healthy. It feels, to me, deep at more spots. Certainly able to withstand an injury at quarterback if it happens for a couple of games better than they have been. It feels like they go deeper at receiver, running back. There's a little bit of a uncertainty with young secondary players. Feels like the stoutest, most star-studded defensive front they've had. All the pieces are there. I think it still goes back to what we talked about. Are they better Are they as better up front on defense as it looks? Is Mitch Morse going to help third and short?
Mm-hmm.
And is Trevor Lawrence ready to do things? Cut out avoidable turnovers that just feel like stabs in the heart. The fumbles and key situations where you think, okay, that's the game. And is he just ready to be a fourth-year guy, third-year guy in this offense and all the little stuff that entails? Is he ready to start growing to where we think he can be?
And maybe wish casting, I think most people think he is.
It's what it felt like in preseason.
Right. One of your earlier points, if the offensive line is up to the task.
He has to help the line, too. I mean,
sure he does.
There's been times so far in his career where there could have been better decisions helping the line in the back when he's in the pocket that have made the line look worse than it's actually been. So it's a two-way street. But to me, pass protection, yes, has to improve. Are they better on 3rd and 1 and 3rd and 2?
All right, we'll take a time out here. Let's come back and let's hear a few more thoughts from the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Mr. Doug Peterson. You may have heard of him. And today's question of the day, being that it is September 4th, 9:04 day, we're just simply asking you, what makes you Duval till we die? And I'm seeing tons of great submissions on social media this morning, Tony. How about this one from Michael?
Mm-hmm.
Last season before the Bengals game, I suffered a severe diverticulitis flare-up. Those are extremely painful. My wife wanted me to go to the ER, but I told her, Duval till we die, babe. And I sucked it up, and I went to the slab instead, became a Casamigos champion, and attended the game. Michael, we hope your health is doing well, but there's another example.
Better than the Jaguars' health did that night, my friend.
Yes, right. It didn't help your overall outlook, but we appreciate your devotion to the cause, no question about it. So continue to hit us up with those stories and those photos. People are really enjoying those this morning at MD_1010XL. More from the head coach, Doug Peterson. John Ogier is here as well. As we move along towards game day, you're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here. You know it is hot in North Florida, right? And when that temperature goes up but your AC goes out, man, you don't want to wait around. You need help right now, like lickety-split. I'm talking about lickety-split. Whether it's AC, whether it's plumbing, whether it's electric, they can help you with same-day emergency service, particularly if you're sweating away when that AC goes on the fritz. Local, family-owned and operated with a huge fleet of techs and trucks and servicing all of Northeast Florida. I'm talking about lickety-split. Think about them the next time you've got issues. You can go online to licketysplitfl.com.
Jaguars Today.
You're at the home of the Jaguars in the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Every team has bumps and bruises, but a major injury can shake the season.
Let me know if he's ever going to play football again, or do I need to find me another wide receiver?
Listen for the personal injury attorneys Farah and Farah Injury Update.
Jacksonville
on 1010XL.
Who has the best lineup this season? Honda. Cars, trucks, SUVs, vans, hybrids, and electric. This is one of the greatest lineups Honda has ever had. And now is the best time to purchase or lease one. Visit your local Honda dealer now. Remember, only a Honda is a Honda.
Jags fans, a new Everbank Performance account could be your ticket to London this October. Through the Everbank London Getaway, one lucky winner and a guest will receive round-trip airfare, hotel accommodations, and a pair of tickets to see the Jags play in London. To learn more and for official rules, visit everbank.com/London. No person necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of 50 United States and D.C. 18 or older. Entry period for the Everbank London Getaway Suites is from 8/5/24 to 9/5/24. To enter in for official rules, alternate method of entry, prize description, odds of winning, and other details, visit everbank.com/London. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank N.A.
Hey, Scarline here. If you're like me in the fall, you want to watch football, not clean. Enter Molly Maid, voted Bold City Best Cleaning Service 3 years in a row. Molly Maid is reliable, friendly, and thorough. Visit mollymaid.com.
It's a Weight Loss Wednesday on 1010XL.
Awaken 180 weight loss.
Florida homeowners are going to extreme lengths to stay cool this summer.
We sit in front of the refrigerator with the door open and only eat frozen foods while they're still frozen and put ice cubes down our pants. Whoa, that's cold.
But the most popular and cost-effective way can be summed up by a quack. Just call Duck Duck Air Conditioning. For AC repairs to new installations, you too can beat the Florida heat with Duck Duck Air Conditioning. Jacksonville area's AC experts. Trust the Duck to keep your cooling costs low. DuckDuckAC.com.
Roof damage? Call before you claim. Green Law Group, fighting insurance companies for you. They will work for you when you have roof damage. Don't let your insurance deny you. Don't call an adjuster. Call Green Law Group at 904-302-7055. Remember, if you have roof damage, call Green Law Group before you claim. They've settled millions and will work hard to get your claim and new roof. Green Law Group. Call before you claim. 904-302-7055.
1010XL's running game takes a giant step forward.
Well, Fred Taylor is the whole package.
Fred Taylor joins Dan and Jeff on the drill. Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein & Robbins DUI defense firm.
Homeowners, good news for you. Accent on 4. Listen up. Loan Pronto now has mortgage rates that start with a 4. Prosser here. It's true. Mortgage rates have plummeted. So low, we haven't seen them in a long time. If your current rate is over 6%, you can dump it and lower your house payment big time. Loan Pronto just locked in a homeowner at 4.99% APR. So whether you got your loan last week, last month, or last year, it's time to call Loan Pronto. Even if you're in process with another lender, stop now. Call Loan Pronto. Ask about their zero-cost rate reduction home loan. You can lock in a lower rate with no closing costs in a matter of days, with almost no paperwork and usually no appraisal. And if you act now, you can even skip your next 2 house payments. Call now. Loan Pronto can give you a rate quote in minutes with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees like those other guys. Call 904-999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Call 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Owner approved credit, NMLS consumeraccess.org.
I'm Stacy, and I want to tell you about my fogged up window fiasco at my house. I called up Mac at Baker Glass, and he told me all I needed was a glass replacement. The process was so easy. All within a few days, they came out, measured, called me with an estimate, cut my glass, and came out to install the new ones. Now my view outside is fog-free thanks to Mac and his crew at Baker Glass. And my neighbors think I got some fancy new windows.
I'm Mac with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Are you tired of living with constant pain from torn ligaments or nagging tendinitis and bothersome joint pain? Say goodbye to endless medications and invasive surgeries. Go BioTarget Regenerative Treatment is available only at injury care centers. Their innovative approach helps you recover faster and get back to doing what you love without drugs or surgery. Don't just treat the symptoms, target the root cause with BioTarget. Visit GoBioTarget.com to learn more and schedule your appointment today.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Oh No's with Jaguars.com's John Osher. Brought to you by
Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
On 1010XL.
This may be my favorite Twitter day in a while. Man, let me tell you what, Tony. Amazing photos of friends, families coming together over Jaguar football over the years, going all the way back to 93, 95 for some, and others a lot more recently. I love this one from Pumpkin Escobar, who you know well on Twitter. He says it's a vibe, and he shows his wedding photo and his wife kicking her heels up, and she's got DT and WD on the bottom of her shoes that she was wearing at the wedding. So this is definitely a vibe, man. Got to love what's going on out there in Duval. I just hope. I mean, we know how good it is when they win, man. It's just the city is like nothing else, you know? And I just hope we get that opportunity to get a little of that postseason love and attention like we did in 2022.
Look, we know. We've been around it a couple of years, man. Only the couple years when we've been doing this show when they've been a playoff team. But my goodness, you know, the city's on fire. When the team's good, the city is absolutely on fire. I'm going through drive-thrus and I'm hearing Duval's from the kitchen when I throw them in there. You know, like that kind of thing goes on when they're actually winning. And unfortunately, the back half of last year, they didn't win. And so they were left where they were left, but the city's ready to explode if
No
they get
doubt.
to be any good here in 24, and I expect they will be.
I got Paul in his little look at him as a little youngster right there in that Brunel full gear getup that he was sporting out there. I don't know if that's a Halloween shot or that's just an any day walking around shot as far as I'm concerned right there. So awesome stuff. We appreciate it. Let's hear from the head coach a little bit more. Spoke this morning, Doug Peterson. Is he speaking again? Before,
Friday.
He is speaking Friday. Okay, that's a lot of Doug Peterson.
All the offensive, defensive coordinator tomorrow.
And so Doug's just going to get up there if they ask him about the play calling. He's just going to grin.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
That's what it's going to be at that point. And that's fine. Whatever, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to find out, John. Do we think that they're going to have the chart and they're going to stand side by side with the chart in front of both their mouths so we can't figure out what's going on?
I'd click on that.
I would definitely check that out, right? I mean, to see what's going on. Kai Stevens will get the scoop from the sideline.
That's right.
Right there. All right. Doug Peterson asked today, what do you see when you look at that pretty high-octane Miami offense?
Speed. And a lot of misdirection, a lot of motions and shifts. Obviously they do a great job with that in their run game as well. And it kind of can cause you to just distort your eyes a little bit, right, and get off your cues, and that's where some of the big plays have come, for them. And obviously, we know Tyreek and Waddle and the guys. I mean, just a lot of speed and something that we've, we got to be able to at least try to match. Otherwise, be in the right position.
They got that track team out there, man.
Yeah.
Devon Achane, one of the fastest guys in the league, right? You miss a tackle on him in space, that's 6 points, right? He'll take it 80 yards easily.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill, same way.
Raheem Mostert is really, really fast, but he's the bigger of the backs, so you don't think of him that way. Jalen Wright's a good all-around explosive rookie that they brought in there. That backfield is loaded up, man, and wouldn't it be just like Jonnu Smith to stick a knife in this team?
Sure.
Right? Like that, because that's a guy you're like, all right, we'll contain him, right? Because we got to worry about Tyreek, we got to worry about Waddle. Doug Peterson went in even more on the speed aspect you're talking about with Miami.
I mean, they're on you fast, right? When you put the film on, these guys are on you and they're by you. And I think Tua does a great job of anticipating where the windows are and where the holes are going to be, and receivers are in the right spots.
All right, John, advantage whom here? Ryan Nielsen, new defensive coordinator. Anthony Weaver, new defensive coordinator for Miami, right? Is there – I mean, there's some film on Nielsen as a coordinator, right? We don't know as much about Weaver and what his tendencies will be. Do you think there's an edge to either side's defense because of a little bit of the unknown factor?
Maybe a little. I always kind of tend to think that unknown's a little more worrisome as a defensive coordinator trying to stop an offense. I don't know why I feel that way. Just always kind of the gut.
Because offenses scheme you up more, right? Like, I mean, you got to prepare for what an offense is going to do, but they can dictate.
So I always kind of thought that's a little more. I don't know that either side has an advantage on that front. I think the interesting thing to watch for the Jaguars is you've got a really fast offense in Miami. If they have some success early, how do the Jaguars under the first-year coordinator respond? First time out, really fast. You can come to the sidelines and think, it can be overwhelming the way they play. So if there's some success for Miami early, how do they respond to adversity under this new guy will be the storyline. And I think it'll be a test in that first week. To me, the key for the Jaguars defense, you've got Trayvon Walker, you've got Josh Hines-Allen, you have Eric Armstead and Devon Hamilton. You are supposed to be a stout unit that can dominate up front. The power and the disruptiveness of that bunch should be what counteracts and doesn't allow Tua time to have that speed play a factor. The power of the Jaguars front needs to negate Miami's speed, if that makes sense.
Right. We need to speed up Tua, right? In his processing and going through everything.
To me, that's that should be the on-paper edge if the Jaguars have one in that matchup.
As we talked about with Jeff Lageman yesterday, this is a Miami offense that is not afraid to take whatever you're willing to give them, right? When you try to commit to stop their run, they're like, well, our guys one-on-one, we love them, right? In any situation where they get that one-on-one. And if you drop back in coverage, they're like, fine, we'll run it. So it puts you in a situation as a defense where your guys up front have to win.
I think that's
right. They have to win in the pass and the run game. And if you can win with your guys up front and not have to get elaborate with what you're doing, if you have elaborate plans for what you want to try to do, you have to win the simple stuff to get yourself in a situation against a team like Miami that's willing to give whatever you're willing to allow them to take.
Yeah, and that's the one sort of X factor with Miami. They're really scary. At the same time, that offense, when it played good teams last year,
for sure,
was not as dominant as it was when it played teams that it overwhelmed. So it seems to be a little bit of feast or famine. When it's better than you, it's a lot better. When it's not as good as you, it's just another offense. So the Jaguars, again, I think it goes back to that front. Devin Lloyd, Chad Muma, in addition to those guys, can they overwhelm Miami's front and make it to where the Dolphins aren't a better offense than the Jaguars are a defense? I think they can. I think those guys should be able to win matchups. It's what the defense is based on. It's a really, really interesting first test for a bunch.
Here's Doug Peterson on the aspect of preparing for a defensive coordinator who you've never seen run a defense before.
In this case, you're sort of speculating with what you could see. I mean, you got a good chance of what Coach Weaver's done in Baltimore. I mean, that's obviously something that teams are trying to duplicate a little bit, is that style of defense. And we got tape. Obviously, we've played Baltimore the last couple of seasons, so there's some familiarity there. But you got to trust your game plan. You got to trust your rules. You got to trust the things that you've been doing all spring and summer, and just make the adjustments during the game.
All right, more from Doug Peterson coming up. Just a couple more comments as the Jags prepare to take on the Miami Dolphins in 4 days. NFL season kicking off tomorrow. Johnny O is in studio here with us. And our Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day, simply asking, what makes you Duval till we die on this 9/04, September 4th, as we get ready to kick off the NFL season? You can keep those posts coming to @MD_1010XL. I'll keep retweeting those great photos that you send along. We appreciate all those. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Sandwiches, subs, you know what? If you're tailgating, man, you don't have to cook. It's great if you do. If you want to get up at the wee hours of the morning, prepare all this food, and then it's gone and you got all this cleanup, you know what you can do? Swing into a gate station on your way to the game on any game day and bring a big cooler with you and fill it up with Dandy subs, Dandy sandwiches. If you got people that are eating a little bit lighter, they've got gourmet salads, they've got fruit cups and veggie trays and protein packs and on and on. Really anything you can possibly imagine, but some of the classic sandwiches like a hot roast beef and provolone, absolutely delicious. An Italian combo that'll melt in your mouth. They've got the all-white meat spicy buffalo chicken, and of course, the classic big old juicy 100% beef cheeseburger. All those served on fresh ciabatta bread, which is baked locally, delivered daily, all around Duval. So you're going to get the freshest, highest quality ingredients, great variety, great prices. When you're hungry in Duval, do what I do. Go out and make yours a dandy, and do it today.
Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL.
Join Jim Furyk and other legends of the PGA Tour for the 4th annual Constellation Furyk and Friends, presented by Circle K, October 4th through 6th at Timuquana Country Club. Get your tickets now, starting at just $25 for grounds passes. Public parking is free, and our military get complimentary tournament access courtesy of ViStar Credit Union. Get your tickets today at Ticketmaster, October 4th through 6th at Timuquana Country Club. The 4th annual Constellation Furyk and Friends, presented by Circle K.
Well, all the news forecasts say that home prices are expected to decline in 2025. Hey, that's great if you're buying a home. But if you're selling one, you might want to get to it. And when it comes to selling your home, the agents you should trust are Chad and Sandy Newman at chadandsandy.com. Maybe you want maximum equity from your home, but you're not sure how. And you don't want to worry about costly repairs or upgrades needed to sell your home. Those things are all out with Chad and Sandy. They're the local real estate experts you can trust, and I recommend for the sale of your home, or for the sale of mine for that matter. Maybe I should look into it. Hey, don't trust me. Trust Jacqueline from Biscayne Estates. My inherited home became a nightmare when it went unsold for 177 days and ended up with a large lien. With expenses mounting for my handicapped daughter and no way to pay, I was desperate. At this point, I turned to Chad and Sandy. The change was amazing. Chad and Sandy sold my home in 3 days at a higher than asking price. Find out for yourself at chadandsandy.com or 904-414-6200.
Joe C. for Hard Rock Bet, Florida's only legal sportsbook app, and they're so stoked for the kickoff of the season. You know why? Because never before in September have you been able to legally bet on football. This year, for the first time ever, people in Florida can bet on ball. College kicks off this weekend with a big bunch of games, and all you have to do to get started is download the Hard Rock Bet app or go online at hardrock.bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
It's Awaken 180 Weight Loss Wednesday
on Jaguars Today.
I'm Frank Frangie for Ricketts Electric. Hurricane season is here, and now's the time to think about a home generator. My friends at Ricketts Electric can make sure your home always has power. They can install the perfect generator for your home and are even offering a 10% discount this month if you mention 1010XL. So call my friend Zach Ricketts today at 904-320-5960 or find them on Facebook. That's Ricketts Electric, the city's best power connection. Call them at 320-5960.
Satisfied that all is well with your business operations? If your IT security and print management is working, you must have hired ABS, Advanced Business Solutions, your local Xerox copier dealer. ABS, Advanced Business Solutions.
It's the blog players put their pads on for.
So we got to bring my thoughts and observations on our home team. That's what I share with you every week on my blog.
Roland Reach Plumbing brings you Hayes Blog on 1010XL.com.
Don't make a bad call when it comes to servicing your home. Cooling off with a baby pool in the house to fix your air conditioning problem is a bad call. Trying to catch a wave in a flooded bathroom is a bad call. Using a burning electrical panel to make s'mores is a bad call. The next time something goes wrong, make a good call to Donovan.
Whether you need air, electric, or plumbing service, Donovan is always a good call. It's why we've been trusted by our customers for almost 40 years and why you can trust us to deliver fast, reliable service to your home. Donovan, always a good call.
Visit DonovanAC.com today.
Febreze. So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up, then spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
At Farrah & Farrah, we focus on your personal injury case around the clock, so you don't have to. Farrah & Farrah, here to make it easy. Jacksonville.
If I was to describe this sandwich in one word, I would say magical. Hi, this is Jamor, and the little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich is that extra oomph. I go back and forth from the spicy filet to the original filet. I get into the sweetness of the honey, then you have the extra kick from the spicy filet. The combination alone takes it over the top. It's award-winning.
The Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich is back with a bite. Try it with the original or spicy filet, now for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
This is Dr. Michael Iorio, internal medicine physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson on what stands out about the Miami Dolphins offense.
Speed. And a lot of misdirection, a lot of motions and shifts. Obviously they do a great job with that in their run game as well. And it kind of can cause you to just distort your eyes a little bit, right, and get off your cues, and that's where some of the big plays have come, for them. And obviously, we know Tyreek and Waddle and the guys. I mean, just a lot of speed, and something that we've got to be able to at least try to match. Otherwise, be in the right position.
I'm Andrew Gibson with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
All right, we're cooling it down, but the fan base is not. They're heating up, Tony. They're ready 4 days away from the Jags being on the field in South Florida. Going to be a big Bold City Brigade contingent going down there, tailgating and making the trip. And excellent work by the Bold City Brigade organizing another one of these road trips. We'll get a home game coming up after that, and back on the road for Monday Night Football. So on we go here with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let me give you this one, one of the latest ones that caught my eye from Buck Dancer. Today's Chad and Sandy real estate question today, asking, why are you Duval till we die? Because of Morton Anderson slipping. The Jaguars in Denver, the first Monday Night Football game versus the Steelers, 62-7 versus Miami, stopping Eddie George on fourth down, the first game after 9/11. Jags car flags on the drive from Orlando on game day, down 27 to the Chargers, just to name a few. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Absolutely, man. The Jaguars, Woody Page. Oh, they got theirs. Yes, they did. They're still bitter about that one to this day. They feel like they should have won 3 in a row back in the day.
Oh, yeah, they probably should have.
Well, that was 96, and they won 97 and 98.
Yeah.
So,
They were the first seed. They were good in 96.
They were good. Not good enough. Not good enough. Getting the job done. All right, let's hear a little bit more here from Doug Peterson. And now I've gone and I've here we go. I just keep hitting the back button, and I think I'll eventually get there. Dylan, is what I'm hoping for. Anyway, I got it. I think I got it. And there we go. All right. Is there any advantage, Tony? We asked Doug Peterson this, to Miami not knowing who's going to call the offensive plays for Jacksonville.
Oh, I don't know. I think if you're just looking at the offense, I mean, and studying that, I mean, the coordinators are looking at personnel. They're looking at, formations, motion shifts, just like we do offensively, and not a whole lot of difference. I think, Press and I think alike, a lot of times, and converse a lot of times during games, and I just think that if you're looking at it, there's probably not a lot of differences.
I think that's the message Doug Peterson would like everyone to accept, right? I mean, that's his point of view on that. Obviously, the owner of the team has expressed he's got a preference for it, but I think Doug is consistently trying to look, whether it's me or Press, it's the result basically is going to be the same.
It's been his thought from the beginning.
Right.
So.
But, I suppose that could be the case. There's got to be some moments. And look, here's the thing. Head coach, you can overrule anything, right? Like you jump in there. Press Taylor's been calling the game, even if he's been calling a great game. Final drive, it's a key 3rd and 7. This is what we're running, right? That's what you do. You step in, you're the head coach.
That happens.
Absolutely.
Sure. So, but it's a hot point issue.
Oh, it has been. What is the Doug Peterson message to the rookies who are making their first appearance this week?
I think just being able to control their emotions. They're used to playing in front of big crowds and things like that, but these are different. And being able to control your emotions and really just kind of focus on your game plan and your role, your assignments, I think is the biggest thing. And I think too, just do what got you here and just trust that.
And then finally, just do what got you here. Of course, you haven't done it against angry professionals all that much at this point. But what do you think? It's only one game, but what do you learn about your team in opening week?
I think you learn a lot about your leadership, going into week 1 and coming out of week 1. I think plus it's, we're on the road, first week. So I think there's some little detail things that you find out about guys and probably more so the leadership of your football team.
John, other than how the lines of scrimmage will play, right? But I think that's a big question for everybody. If the defensive line can dominate, I think that is the easiest path to victory, right?
Sure.
Get Tua rattled here, and our man Holiday pointed that out in hour number 1, Tony. I thought very astutely. Will the offensive line be much improved? We don't know yet. So what are your, what's the biggest question? Not necessarily concern. What's the biggest question that you would hope to see answered this week, other than the lines of scrimmage?
Can the corners beyond Tyson and to a degree Ronald Darby hold up? It's going to be a test Those guys can run. They're going to give up some plays. Can they make the plays when the ball's in their hands? Meaning, I think Tua will throw you a couple. They're going to get theirs. Can they break serve, so to speak? Can they come up with the big plays, the big moments? If they're forced to play young guys as a fourth corner, how's that going to hold up? I also think, how do Brian Thomas and Gabe Davis? I think we know how they're going to fit in the long run. How is that element of speed and big playability on the outside? How is that going to look in terms of how this offense runs? They've been very, sideline to sideline a lot of times in the passing game. Are they going to go vertical more often? Which, obviously fans would love. It's not always possible to do it. Will this be a more downfield, electric kind of offense this year? There's potential for that. We haven't necessarily seen it in action for a full 60 minutes with the starters.
Boy, if you can just hit one, even if it's not like a 70-yard bomb for a touchdown, hit a 40-yarder over the top to Brian Thomas where he gets shoved out of bounds and you flip the field like that, I think as much as anything, the impact, those plays are great. They impact the game directly, right? But just what that's going to do to defenses and how they cover you and maybe softening things up for almost everybody else in this receiving core.
How that looks is going to be a really fascinating thing about Sunday because we haven't, you don't see that sort of real scheme in the preseason. How they'll scheme those two guys, how this offense will look is a great unknown that I'm not sure people are talking about much.
Last year, Ronald Darby playing for Baltimore, they played against Miami, right? Now, I don't know what the matchups were at that point in time. I heard somebody say, I think this morning, Darby only allowed one reception to Tyreek Hill, right? Now, Tyreek Hill had 6 catches in the game for 67 yards. Raise your hand if you will take 6 for 6 or 76 yards for Tyreek Hill. Both my hands are up right now.
Absolutely,
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
Guy that was on pace for a 2,000-yard season,
No doubt, right? Waddle didn't play in that game, by the way. So, again, look, Ronald Darby's made a career of being a press man corner.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyreek Hill has made a career of destroying press man corners and pretty much any corner that you put on the field.
For
know?
sure.
I mean, it's as good a test as you're going to have.
It's a huge matchup.
That's right out of the gates. Are you better off? It seems like Miami is that hot weather, start fast, at least they were last year, right? And you looked at some of their results down the stretch, and it wasn't so good. I'm hoping, John, because they do have some injury concerns that, maybe this is not the firing on all cylinders Miami team. They've had some changes on the offensive line. All the local media down there think that's a major area of concern for them.
Yeah, they also played better teams as the season went on. I think it's a little bit of a test. Are the Jaguars a team that, is going to fit into the category of being a better team? Or are they going to get run out of the building? I don't think they're going to get run out of the building because I think the defense is good and I think the front seven can win. But that's certainly a storyline to watch. It's how the game will be viewed nationally.
All right, Tony reminds me we have not looked at the lesser teams in the National Football League, so let's take a quick look around.
Now, Gems Around the NFL, brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacks Beach.
The Carolina Panthers have released former Jacksonville Jaguars defensive end Kayvon Chason. Philadelphia has ruled out linebacker Devin White for Friday night against Green Bay in Brazil due to an ankle injury. The Denver Broncos and cornerback Patrick Surtain have agreed to a 4-year, $96 million extension with $77.5 million guaranteed. Pittsburgh defensive tackle Cameron Hayward signed a 3-year, $45 million extension. San Francisco and offensive tackle Trent Williams finished a reworked 3-year deal that will pay Williams $82.66 million over those 3 seasons. It includes $48 million fully guaranteed at signing. Detroit running back Jahmyr Gibbs told ESPN that he will be ready to go for Week 1. He's been working through a hamstring injury. Kansas City wide receiver Marquise Brown missed Tuesday's practice with a shoulder injury that kept him out of practice on Monday as well. Green Bay running back Marshawn Lloyd did not practice on Tuesday due to to a hamstring injury, and wide receiver Romeo Doubs was limited with a hand injury. New England defensive tackle Christian Barmore, who has been placed on the team's non-football illness list while being treated for blood clots, has been informed by the Patriots that they will be paying him his full salary while he recovers from that injury.
All right. I mean, I would think most teams would do that in that circumstance. It's something beyond his control. It's not like he went out and played pickup basketball and blew out his knee, so.
You would think.
Yeah, that should be SOP.
Yeah, hope the best for Christian Barmore, and that team is going nowhere fast.
Yeah.
It certainly appears that way. It does. John, do you consider yourself Duval till you die?
Well, I am in the sense that I've been here basically since '73.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm absolutely Jacksonville, Duval. Probably
it's in your
die,
blood,
which is coming up fast now.
Well, it's getting a lot closer every day that goes by, right? At least it feels that way. Like to me, I wasn't born here. Right? I didn't grow up a Jaguar fan. I was a Jets fan, pretty hardcore in the early days of the Jags. Now, I covered the team, and it was hard not to get swept up in some of the euphoria of it, but I put them away. And I've always said, like, I don't call myself a fan in the sense that I had earned anything to where, I could wear the T-shirt, if they win a Super Bowl.
Right.
Because, I was a supporter. I think now I'd probably feel comfortable doing that. But for me, any part of me is Duval till I die, it's because of what I want for the fan base.
No doubt.
You know what I don't want it for me,
That's
man.
a perfect way to say it.
I don't.
Because we talk to fans every day. You talk to fans on the radio. I interact with them. And when people ask me this question, I know what it would mean to them. I know the passion that they feel for it. I know how important it is to them.
You know what they've been through,
right?
Too. There are teams that have had it worse. Believe it or not, there are. Okay, but you had it bad for a lot of years, right? So your misery versus somebody else's misery, you feel it the way you want to feel it. For the people that have stood with this team, Tony, through Blaine Gabbert and the boat,
it's a fan base that one of the easy reasons to love them is that they're the fan base that is sending a bunch of trash cans to Houston to Jadeveon Clowney.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's the beautiful thing about the group. It's like they're not unaware of the criticisms that they face, that the whole world puts out there. That, Bold City Brigade put out that Bortles shirt a few years ago that was him with the cigarette hanging out of his mouth, and it says, "Hi, haters." Right? Like, that's Jacksonville, right? Like we know who we are. We're not being fooled by what we're seeing from the history of this franchise. It doesn't make them love it any less, right? The suffering doesn't make them love it any less. It makes them appreciate the good times that much more when they are coming upon them. And it does feel like there's a window at least opening for an opportunity for an extended period of good for this franchise for the first time since really the end of the 90s.
I'd like to be Kansas City and stack a few up. I'd love to be New England. I'd love to be Pittsburgh, right, and have that kind of legacy. But just give me one, man. Just give me and give the fan base one. Just the one. And that would mean so much. Now, granted, you want more, and you want more, and you want more, but no matter what, you can go, but man, 2027 or whatever the year is, maybe 2024.
2024.
That would be fantastic. Yeah, but we got that. What are you going to say? You can't say anything to it. It's the ultimate trump card, right? So I really hope, honestly, for the fans that pour their passion into it, man. I'm not inked up like these these crazy people out there. Got Jaguar tattoos all over their body.
You offered to get one.
I did.
Yeah, it was a bet.
If they won, that was 2017, right? If they won the Super Bowl that year, I was going to get a Jag tag, probably just the Jag logo
on your neck.
Right there, kind of like halfway up the neck, so it encroached on my face a little bit.
Right.
Because I feel like that's the best when you're maybe late in your life, you want to re-enter the job market or something like that. I think
it's great for a teenager just starting out.
Yeah, it works really for all ages.
The boss needs to know who you are.
Right.
What better way to know?
I just love it. I love the fact that I can just ask that today, and I get so many people just pictures that they have like seemingly at their fingertips. Like,
it's always a fun question.
It really is, man.
When you ask that, you see the passion and you see people's memories and the fabric of their lives and all that, and it's really cool.
I love all y'all. out there. I don't really, but I do at times. I don't.
For the purposes
From
of
a
this
distance.
I love 99.7% of you. The other 0.3, I hate your guts, but that's okay. Because you may hate my guts. Mostly do, right? Just mostly do. Love you do. Come on. All right, Dylan, let's wrap it up.
Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Injury Care Centers. Discover BioTarget Regenerative Therapy, a safer drug-free solution for lasting pain relief. Visit gobiotarget.com.
All right, Taylor Dahl, hello.
Hello.
Happy 904 Day.
Happy 904 Day.
Yes.
How you guys doing?
We're doing great, man. I mean, we just threw it out there. Why are you Duval till we die? And just got inundated with crazy amounts of photographic evidence, which
I love it.
It's no explanation. Just look at this picture.
Here it is.
And you know exactly what's going on. I mean, it's the amount of people that get married with Jaguar-themed weddings or the stuff like that. More power to you.
Yes,
Absolutely
I love it. That's the best part about fandom in general is you just see how much people love their team. When you're getting tattoos, when your car's decked out and the stuff, when your wedding's revolved around it, you have teal and whatever colored flowers at your wedding. You love Jacksonville Jaguars at that point.
Don't ink up your babies, okay? they temporary tattoos for the kids, please. But other than that, go hog wild on it. So, what do the heel ladies have coming up today?
Yeah, we do not have a show on Thursdays, so today is kind of our look ahead at the game at the Thursday night game. Some of the Doug sound from today about Eric Armstead, about not knowing who's calling plays yet or not announcing who's calling plays yet, however you want to look at it. We'll talk about that. We also have Alan Pupar. He writes for Miami Dolphins on SI, so we're going to have him on today to kind of preview the Jags-Dolphins game. So a lot of stuff, a lot of football, and we're here.
All right, we are here. We ready.
We are ready. And we have draft tonight.
We do have a draft tonight. Taylor Dahl, that's the most important thing in this whole thing. I play Ogier week 1. I'm not happy about that at all. Because ESPN has John as like a 3-point favorite or whatever it is. And I don't need to lose to John because then John's going to go, I don't care if I go 1-13. It doesn't matter.
That's the only win that
That's the only one that matters.
The only one I want.
So that's all here all season long. So, and he doesn't have D-Rock. You're not in the same league as D-Rock, so you can't have the reporter battle head-to-head.
I would leave D-Rock in the dust.
I'm hoping I don't get the 5th pick again tonight. That would be 3 drafts in a row, and that would be odd statistically, to say the least. But Taylor, good to see you. Have a great show today.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Taylor, and we'll be drafting Caleb Williams, 7th overall tonight.
I actually have not got him in any of my drafts. This is number 5.
We'll look for that tonight. Okay,
we'll
we will be looking for that tonight. All right, there she goes, Taylor Dahl. John Ogier, what do you got cooking between now and kickoff?
Hoping to have Eric Armstead on the Ozone podcast this week, which would post on Jaguars.
Will he be playing tackle or end on the podcast?
He'll be. I would think he'd be on the edge.
DL. They'll list him as the DL.
I put all the guests on the edge.
Okay. Oh, that's good. I like that.
And then Bucky Brooks on the Huddle Up podcast at 4, and then game time on Sunday 3.
Game time, baby.
1:00.
All right.
We'll be there
with some, very well cropped photos of John's a portion of John's face.
I'll be talking to you before that game, so
we will. That'll be probably the highlight. Would it be me and JP? I think, or is it me and Brian? I can't remember.
Oh, you and JP.
Me and JP.
Yeah.
Well, hard to forget when you're going to get a chance to talk to JP Shatter.
It really is. It's rare for me.
All right, John, have a great day. Appreciate it. Happy 904 Day. And to all of you out there who celebrate and everyone listening should, Duval Pride Worldwide, baby. Sun never sets on Duval County. Thank you to John Ogier. Thank you to Holiday for gracing us today with his inimitable style. For Tony Smith and Dylan Denmark, I'm Mike Dempsey. Stick around for Helmets and Heels straight ahead on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Maxwell House coffee will live on forever.